Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my life as a stay-at-home mom and why I chose to homeschool my kids here in the United States, especially coming from an African background. Coming from an African home, education is everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Like growing up, we were taught that school is not something you play with. It is serious. It is discipline. It is your future. Your life depends on your school. So when I started thinking about homeschooling my kids, it wasn't a random decision. It was something I prayed about, thought about, and discussed deeply with my family. One of the biggest reasons I chose homeschooling is the kind of environment my kids learn in. In traditional schools, there are so many children, so many different influences, and sometimes not all of them align the values that I want to instill in my home. At home, I have more control over what my children are learning, what they are exposed to, and the kind of atmosphere they'll grow in every day. That piece matters a lot to me. I know I cannot take care of my children or control what they are doing or what they are watching, but at least let me do this for now and see how it works. And let me figure out what I can do to continue with this. I also noticed that every child learns differently. One of my children might pick something very fast, while another child might need more time, and that's completely fine. In a traditional classroom, everything moves at one speed. But at home, I adjust the pace of each child. That only makes a huge difference in how they understand and enjoy learning. Let me add that sometimes, there are kids that they are very smart in the sense that instead of them to be in a whole year, let's say in grade one, because these kids are so smart, you don't want them to get stuck to a grade. Meanwhile, they can do extra curriculum like grade 2, grade 3, and keep going forward, not because of his or her own age. They are meant to be stuck in a class for one whole full year, bored, and even making them to be backward because when a child is bored, the child doesn't want to study, and the child is just tired of just going there and just waiting for their friend's pace. So, homeschooling is giving me that option of going forward with my kids when they get something and then challenging them every day with higher grades. Now, I'm not going to lie, homeschooling is not easy. People think staying at home means it is relaxed, but honestly, this is a full time job without pay. Remember, without what? Pay. Because I'm the teacher, I have to plan, I have to do research, I have to supervise, and I still have to be a mom, and I have to cook. So some days are so smooth, other days are just so overwhelmed, especially when everyone has a different needs at once. But I remind myself why I started, and I take it once at a time here. Another important reason is safety and emotional well-being. I want my kids to learn in an environment where they feel safe, supported, confident. I have seen how many children can be affected by their peer pressure, bullying, or just feeling lost in big classrooms. At home, I can build their confidence step by step without them feeling rushed or even pressured. And of course, we still socialize. We go to co-ops, we have play dates, we go to other activities where other homeschool kids are there. So that's something that I always make sure people understand. Homeschooling does not mean isolation. No, that's not what it is. We also join, as I mentioned earlier, we join activities, we join groups, and we meet other families. My kids still interact, they play, and they learn how to work with others. So it is a balance. There's nothing like losing here because you are homeschooled. Another beautiful thing that I love is the flexibility. We are not tied to a strict school schedule that we have to do this, nah. If we need a slower morning, we take it. If we want to go out on a learning trip, we can do that too. Learning becomes more real and less stressful. There are even days that I don't have to teach them anything. I just turn on the TV, I put on educational stuff, and that's a flex for me and a flex for them as well. And honestly, I have seen my kids become more curious and more confident. They ask more questions, they explore more. They are not even just memorizing things, they are actually understanding. And that for me is one of the biggest rewards. But I also want to be real with you guys. Homeschooling is not for everyone. It takes patience, consistency, and discipline. And there are days when I doubt myself, but I always come back to my why. And there are even days, guys, that I sit and I'm staring at these kids and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I going through this pain? So for me, it's about raising my children who are grounded, educated, confident, and connected to their culture, even while we're living here in the US. That's what keeps me going. But before I forget, another reason why I thought about homeschooling and I'm still homeschooling is because I want to have that bond with my kids. I really want to teach them things that I did not learn at that young age. I want them to be independent, but at the same time, I want them to know that I'm around and more to keep an eye on them. Things are going back and forth. I'm not bashing any mom that's sending their kids to school. I'm just saying from my point of view. I know most families will want to homeschool, but because of what the world is right now, not everyone has the chance to homeschool their kids. So, if you're watching this, please do not think I'm judging you because your child goes to a home or your child goes to an actual school. No. I'm proud of each and every mom here, each and every family watching me. But just keep going. Whatever works for you, works for you. Whatever works for your family, works for your family. So yeah, that's a little glimpse into why I homeschool my kids as an African stay-at-home mom in the USA. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. Let me know in the comments, are you homeschooling, thinking about it, or are your kids in traditional school? I would love to hear your experiences. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye.